Hi everybody, it's Reverend Hayden here. I hope you're doing really well. I gather that you're having an awards assembly this week and celebrating achievement, and I want to pass on my congratulations to anyone who's receiving awards this week. It's particularly in this school year where things have been so different from anything that we've ever known before. To have achieved excellence and to have reached or exceeded the potential that you thought you had in this season is very much something to be praised and to acknowledge in front of the whole community. You've done amazing as a school. As I keep saying every week, it's fantastic, and individually and collectively, there's a lot for you to be proud of. Now, you probably see that I'm wearing a cobbler's tracksuit top this morning. I'm still on a high from watching Monday night's fantastic playoff final victory, uh, the highest margin of victory in a playoff final, joint with two other games over the last 30 years, 4-0 against Exeter City. I honestly didn't think they would win by that many, and so I have to say I haven't enjoyed watching a football match as much as that one for many a long year. As much as I enjoyed it, though, it made me think about one particular word at some point during the last few days. It keeps coming back to me, so this is what I'm going to talk to you about this morning. Contentment. We're always pushing and pushing and pushing for victory, for achieving the highest level of success we possibly can, for reaching potential, exceeding potential, even in the way that we care for others. There's always a goal to be aimed for and reached, and once you reach that goal, the challenge always seems to be to find the next goal to try and hit. And in the middle of that, you can get into what people call the rat race, where you're just on a conveyor belt of trying to achieve and achieve and achieve. And if you manage to achieve all that you aim for and all that you hope to achieve, then it's great because it makes you feel really strong and happy and joyful and full of all the good things of life. But most of us go through moments in life where we don't achieve the goals that we aimed for ourselves or other people put our way at the beginning of a process. We get some way towards them, but not all the way there. I've had plenty of experiences like that in my life. I was in bands when I was younger. If you Google my name, you'll see a lot of pictures of me with frosted tips because they were cool about 10 years ago, being in music videos and making albums and touring and all kinds of things. And I had an aim as a musician, basically to be as famous as possible, because if you're not well known as a musician, no one listens to your music, and then not only do you not make any money, but nobody else is enjoying it either. And so, whatever I achieved as a musician, I was never quite happy. I was never content. I was never satisfied with where I was. I never enjoyed the success of the moment, like some of you would be enjoying this week as you receive your awards. I never enjoyed just those moments. I was always thinking about the next one and the next one, the next step on the ladder, the next thing I needed to aim for in my life. Over time, particularly after I became a Christian, I've tried to live this particular phrase: commit to contentment. If you commit to contentment, you're recognizing that actually you're happy with yourself as you are. Because as I've been saying over the last few weeks as I've done these assemblies, there's something precious and valuable and beautiful about each one of us. And we need to treat ourselves and each other and everyone that we meet with the same level of respect and value that we'd want to be given to us. If you commit to contentment, it's not saying that you're not going to try and be the very, very best that you can possibly be and achieve everything that is within your grasp to achieve. What you're going to say is that whilst you're achieving all that you can achieve and doing the very best you can, you're going to be okay with yourself. You're going to love yourself. You're going to like yourself. You're going to allow others to love you and to like you too. There's a verse in the Bible, Philippians chapter 4, verse 11, where Paul, who's one of the heroes of Christianity, he says, "For I have learned to be satisfied in any circumstance." When you hear those words, "For I've learned to be satisfied in any circumstance," You probably think, well, that's nonsense, isn't it? You can't possibly be satisfied in any circumstance. Some of the circumstances are terrible. Some of them are horrible. Some of them are definitely not what I want. And he's not saying that he enjoys everything that goes wrong. What he's saying is whether things go right or whether they go wrong, he's at peace with himself. He's at peace with God. He's at peace with what's at the core of who he is. Because whether we achieve award-worthy stuff or whether we don't, whether we're the centre of attention or whether we're not, whether our team wins 4-0 at Wembley in a playoff final or not, it is possible to be satisfied in any circumstance if you know who you are, if you know deep down in the core of who you are that you are worthy, that you're worth something, that you're valuable and precious. And I know that Northampton Academy as a school community tries to instill in each and every student and member of staff that that is true. And I want to echo that and emphasize that and underscore that this week. Try your best to commit to contentment this week and in the weeks to come. Congratulations to all who've achieved things that are being awarded prizes this week. But if you haven't, you're still as worthy as any other person, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Have a fantastic week, and I'll look forward to many of you signing up for season tickets at the Cobblers next season. See you soon.